Try
Of
to
course.
try to keep these stores open in our communities. I don't know what all these reasoning was. Uh,
I just think, Debo, just like what you just said, and I was thinking this, but I didn't want to say it. But since you said it, I'm gonna jump on. It has to be some kind of way that is some type of budget that they can pass to help bail out
mhm.
these local store owners to keep the city afloat. Because if you take the food away and it become a food desert, then for the people that's living in the inner city, it's really going after a while, it's gonna put a squeeze on those gas stations and them stores that's open that's close because when the people run out and they can't get,
Hmm.
then they turn into goblins and when things start happening. And to prevent that from happening, you got to give the people what they need because you can't just set a hungry man in front of a plate and say don't touch it. It ain't gonna happen. After a while he gonna reach towards that plate and he gonna touch it because he's hungry.
My thing is, why is the I just really want to know why is they closing all these stores, major stores in the inner
Funding,
city?
funding, funding. If you don't have the money to keep it afloat, and to be honest, of what I think that even with these fresh products and things like that, man, that they give us the last joints off the truck and tell us to make do. Um, that's just my opinion, but that's just what I think, man. Um,
Because like I said, I didn't know the one on Silver Spring and Glendale was closed
yeah,
down.
man,
I
that
didn't even
joint
know that
closed.
either.
Yeah, that joint closed in the summer because I left from here. I remember talking about it, and we left from here, and I went and got the chicken because I was like, somebody grandmama is in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah, you always would say that.
Yeah, it's like somebody grandmama back there, man. And man, I went to see him for the last time.
So what do you think would supermarket think you think would come back here?
I think it's gonna take for us to come together, man. It's gonna take for us to come together and create our own, just like we did the Black Wall Street. We're gonna have to come together and bail ourselves out because we waiting on somebody to come and bail us out, and we if we pull together, we can come up with the resources, um, and you know, I mean, I come up with a supermarket or something, man.
Just reading here, gentlemen. The Aldi grocery store on Hopkins Street near Sherman Boulevard and Custer Avenue has permanently closed. Now, the company cited slower foot traffic as a reason for the closure and offered all employees a transfer to a nearby store. This decision is part of a strategic effort to better allocate resources and to continue providing high quality shopping experiences at nearby stores. The closure is disappointing and will make it more difficult for many regular customers, especially those without access to a vehicle, to obtain their groceries and other critical items. So they realize, that they have certainly put a pinch on that neighborhood. And again, it resources were already at a minimum in within those neighborhoods.
Yeah,
So I don't know how we fix it, but it's starting to happen a little too
everywhere.
often. When we look at two pick and saves.
Yeah,
Uh,
now Audis.
yeah, now I never thought all these would be a one of those that would downsize. They were building and opening doors throughout the city, and now to see them backtracking, if you will, and beginning to close. Looks like we got a phone call.
Yeah.
Let's go to the line and see what you have to say. Let's talk about it. WNOV, you're on the air.
Well, first thing I want to say is that there's a couple of factors where we are in time where, wanting black people to struggle. And then also some of it comes from the representation in the management of the store.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like if the parking lot is dirty,
yeah,
how they're acting, how they're keeping the store clean.
yeah.
And then we got to also look at the conduct of some of our people who going up there acting like mud kickers.
I totally agree with
Okay,
Mhm.
because nobody's gonna go in the store and they're acting crazy. Nobody's gonna go in the store and you're talking to somebody at the cashier and they on their phone and they're smelling like
Hmm.
weed.
you.
There's a couple of factors, but what happens is they use those factors of us for those reasons to close those stores. And it's another way to push gentrification as well, because if we can push the black money out, we can bring the white money in. But when you got them ignorant ones who look like us going in there, who ain't gonna do right from birth to death, that's just adding a more reason to close, because you have to understand, them people don't want nowhere. They're not going nowhere.
Mhm.
They're going to be the reason why you got to pick up the camper and then say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what you're going to do. But it's a number of factors that's why we're hurting in these stores. And we got to stop making excuses, because we always say, well, they don't got nowhere to go. Well, you knew how to get that 3.5 and you ain't had a car since the last 6 years.
Okay.
You know how to bust that window out on that Nissan Maxima that was on 175 July.
Wow.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Al.
You know what though, and another thing it could be that, you know, attitudes too. You know what I'm saying?
Attitudes of
You know, with some employees, you go into some of these stores, you say how you doing, and they just act like they don't, you know, or they always got an attitude every time you go in there. You know.
Well, yeah, I know that you get what you give in a lot of instances. You know, you go in, hey, how y'all doing? Good morning, whatever. You know, usually people will respond in the same way. That's not all the time, you know, necessarily true. So, yeah, it's a different era that we live in, because, you know, customer service was always key. I've never been one, even when I managed retail locations, I've never told my staff the customer's always right. Because I'll tell them, I'll say, well, yeah, the customer's always right till they wrong.
Right,
Then
right,
that's when we have to straighten that situation out. You know what I'm saying? So, and go ahead. Let's go back to the phone lines. Go right ahead. You're on. Let's talk about it.
Hey, good morning, Debo. Good morning to everybody in the studio.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
Good morning.
Hey, what an interesting subject. You know, we have an abundance amount of good black people in our community, but we also have people in our community that just simply does not respect our community.
That's true.
They're throwing trash out the window. You know, you pull up to a stoplight in these boulevards, man, there's just trash. It's like
Yeah.
people are just getting rid of their, you know, liquor bottles and Pampers and whatever, food bags that has what they've eaten, and they're throwing the food bags out the window. This is disgusting, you know, and it's destroying our neighborhoods. And talking about going into the grocery stores, some of these grocery stores, man, are absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
You
Jack.
go in these
Yeah.
you go in these stores,
Yeah.
man, there's people using profanity.
Mm-hmm.
They're you know, we have young people that's in these stores shopping with their parents, man, and they got to hear the disgusting language. You know, people just don't have respect for each other anymore, man. You know, so that drives a lot of people in our communities out to the suburbs of
Yeah.
Milwaukee
Yeah.
to do their shopping, man,
Yeah.
where they got peace.
Yeah.
The stores are clean. There's nobody in there smelling like weed and using obscene language and you
Man,
know,
that's
it's
so true, man. That
Looking
is-
at they phone.
Hey, but you know what though? The caller is actually right, and I'm gonna say this, man, because I do it, and I know he ain't lying because I do it. Because it's times I've walked into the store in our neighborhoods trying to support, and you get the cashier that's talking crazy to you.
Yes.
It's all
Yeah.
type of stuff going on. I mean, though, you got like, you know, it's inventory that's out in the aisle that they haven't put on the shelves yet, and they moving
Yep.
slow.
Yeah.
Or you
yeah.
can ask them, "Hey, can you tell me where such and such at?" "I don't know. I'm on break." Well, what the
Yeah,
hell you
they'll-
doing on the floor
they'll
for?
point you-
Yeah.
They
So
will
what the hell you
point
doing on the floor?
Where they will point you to the aisle where it's at, but they would not take you to it. The
Take
people out
care
in
of
the
it.
suburbs,
Right.
Not even that.
they would take you to the item, man. You know what I'm saying? We need much better customer service, man, in the stores in the black community.
No,
And
man,
I
I'm
want
gonna
to
tell you
shout
what
out.
it is.
I want to call out. Pick a Save in Midtown, man.
Oh
The
man,
stores
it's
get
terrible
worse
up there.
and worse.
Man,
And
I
that's
really like
bro.
going there.
That is one of the spots that I
It
was
is
talking
terrible
about.
when you walk in the door, man.
That's one of the spots
the
I was
floor
talking about.
tiles coming all up, and
It's nasty.
Yeah.
It don't smell
that
like
store was
bleach
never
in
like
there
that, man.
or nothing.
They
But
took the meat counter out of that store. There's no meat counter in there anymore.
Mm.
well, I'm
You know
gonna tell
what,
you this.
Go ahead.
That's really on pick and save general management because you have to know who you putting in charge of these stores before you even set the store to open. You got to know who's managing these stores. And just to put anybody in position to manage because you want to see the residuals come in, and then your store start going downhill when you have the wrong people in management. That's just like this one store over here. I know y'all can't see, but I'm pointing. It's a store over here that I went to. Within a 2 weeks period of time, they switched management. The first management I went in, I was asking for something. They standing around on the phone. Like the one chick was arguing with, I don't know if it was her baby daddy or boyfriend. She arguing with her. I asked because it was during the summertime when I came and we was doing something over here.
Mhm.
I was looking for some utensil. I don't know. Just over there. What?
Man,
then I
is-
came back that
you know what,
following
man?
week.
That's terrible the way we treat each
Yeah,
other.
bro.
man.
It's just.
I mean, you know,
We treat each other, man. We treat each other with so much
No, man.
disrespect, man. It's just disgusting. Thank you guys.
You know, thank you so
you know
much.
what? I'm gonna tell you another reason probably why too. A lot of things stealing.
Oh well, yeah.
Well,
of
we
course.
know that. We know Junebug and them got their hand
Yeah,
in
man,
there.
little
Yes.
Pookie and them. Yeah. And we've seen them run out with the store and tell
Not
a
just
security
them.
guard, I dare you.
Not,
I
hey,
dare you to chase me. And a handful of stuff. It's 2 or 3 of them, and they japping out on the
Well,
security.
we know a lot of companies have a policy that you cannot chase. If you do chase, you are definitely without a job because you just put the company at risk because you couldn't gotten yourself hurt.
Yeah, but why hire a
worse.
security guard though? Why not?
But that ain't
Security
talking
guards are
about-
not there. They are what you call visual deterrents. They're there to just make you think.
What then you might as well put a big camera right there.
Same thing. Visual
well, you know what?
deterrent.
But I ain't just talking
It-
about them right now. Still, I'm talking about employees too. You know what
oh
I'm
yeah, internal
everybody
theft.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying
Internal theft.
everybody. I'm just saying that's would be a lot of reason why some of these stores close in the city.
I totally agree with you, bro.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. I think we have another caller. Caller, go right ahead. Let's talk about it.
Yes, I was calling to make a couple of comments about children now that we hire and put into the stores.
Yeah.
You're talking about their attitudes and stuff. They don't know how to work, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has lost the concept of coming in and getting a job and learning how to do the job to where they leave home with the same attitude and they at work and think they at home with the same attitude.
Yeah.
You
Man,
can't talk to somebody like you do when you talk to somebody at home.
Yeah.
I had a girl tell me one time.
Got all kind of stuff locked up. You can't just go in there and pick it up.
And then when you go ask for help, somebody with the key, I don't know. Hey, where did
Or I ain't got the
I ain't
key.
got the key. Well, go get the key.
Man, I had a girl tell me one day she was already late getting there. So then when she get in there, she talking real crazy and reckless. I said, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe you should go home. Go home. I'll do better than that. You keep talking crazy to me. I put in my 2 week notice. I said, better yet, I don't need 2 weeks. You're fired.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, we talk about our community. You know, people have done a masterful job of turning us against each other to where now, you know, I got all of this freedom. I don't have to listen to you. If I want to throw garbage out the window, that's what I do. If I want to smoke some weed, that's what I do.
Yeah.
It's not about what really, and the weed they smoking ain't really weed.
Yes, it
No
is.
more, because I ain't never smelled no weed
Yes, it
like
is
this.
not.
That
It's
you
real
can go
weed.
70 miles an hour and still fill your car up.
It's
And you
real
ain't even
weed.
in the car with them.
See, you know what it is, man. It's the whole thing of the harvest, and you know, when you pick it at the right time. And what's happening is, man, the THC level is higher than it has ever been.
Are you speaking from authority?
I'm speaking from experience.
Well,
as
let me
the
put
good
this
doc
in.
would say, from
I'm
experience.
speaking from experience too. And I'm pretty sure back in my day we had some high level THC weed.
Not like
that didn't smell
y'all,
like
doc.
this.
No. Y'all had that brown stuff. Y'all had sticks and seeds. So now
And y'all got mind altering.
So
Y'all got mind altering weed. This
nah,
weed don't have y'all make the best decision. You think it do,
no,
but it really doesn't.
man. Listen, the weed y'all had back in the 70s had y'all dressing like rainbows and all type of
They're
stuff.
still
man.
dressing like
Still
rainbows.
dressing like rainbows. Something was wrong with y'all weed back then, man.
Hold on. You know you're not talking about dressing like rainbows, man. When everybody hair I see is a different color. You want to talk about some rainbows? I see a lot of different stuff, man. And it goes to the weed, the disrespect, the not knowing, and nobody left to show nobody.
I totally agree with you, man.
what
I
to
totally agree.
But what do we do, man? I mean, we
So you can't put the
Well,
genie
just like-
back in the bottle, man.
yeah, I know, but
Well,
man,
no,
somebody
just
and then
like we always do, man. If we don't say something, how you gonna know? Some of these young guys I talk to, man, they feel like nobody listens to them, but you have to say something. And we just have to take that attitude like, okay, if that's what you want to do, it ain't. It's more of us than it is of you.
we don't need another
so
beauty
what-
supply to go up in there.
But that's what's gonna
That's what's
happen.
gonna happen.
That's
Yeah, that's
that's
what's gonna probably
exactly
happen.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a whole
Another
lot of cold.
nationality gonna be in your neighborhood
Yeah, Doc, you're gonna have
with
a
another
whole.
store.
And then
Uh,
and then the British supply gonna start selling food.
No, I
When
don't
you
think,
gonna
I don't
tell
think, I don't think you can do
They
that under the
already-
same
they
address.
already-
They keep opening
looking.
up these British
It's gonna be a lot of cold horses somewhere.
Well, but I'm just saying, man, women put fake eyelashes on, fake hair, fake nails. They're already beautiful. When somebody gonna tell them that you don't really need to support these kind of stores that's taking your money, but boy, you try to say something, they be like, I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get my nails done.
Right.
For what? To make somebody else rich? You take that little $45, $50 that you got in your lab to put something on top of your head that ain't even yours.
But I mean that's neither.
No,
here-
ain't no but.
No,
Ain't no
seriously.
but, bro.
That's but well, horses' butts. That's cold. But no, but that's neither here or there. The real issue is, man, that we need to put people in position that can manage these stores and do like if you're gonna hire somebody to run your store, make
Train
sure
them.
yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna
Train them to
Train
run your
them.
store how you need them to run it.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the real reason about hiring. When you hire, that's the reason why I want to be a manager of a restaurant. I've been in restaurant business for so long, because
Mhm.
it's like when you start to being kind, you don't be friend with, but you're being nice to them, but then they take your niceness advantage
For
of
weakness.
it, for weakness, right? So then when it comes to you get ready to fire them, it's
Oh, that's the easy part.
I mean that's the easy part, but then you got to worry about this now. They like it used to be. Now they're gonna come back up there. Now you got to
Yeah, they gonna come back. They know you got to worry about it. You know they coming back
Yeah, because
because they don't understand. Because they don't have a concept of understanding you wrong, and you can't tell them that they wrong because nobody's never told them that they wrong.
Yeah,
Everything that they're doing now, they feel like that is correct, and it's not.
Yeah, and I think that comes from the home training part of things, because do you take how you operate at home and bring it into a work setting and think that people gonna fly with it? That's like that incident when the young lady that was working at McDonald's, she got into it with her manager. Her manager sent her home. She came back with a knife and killed her.
Yeah.
She came back and killed her.
And then you know what, Jermaine? I'm gonna give you another incident. I used to open up all the Boston markets, right?
Yeah.
And we opened up the one in Brown Deer where what you call it, the pizza place.
Yeah.
So it's an incident. I had this young lady. She wasn't doing her job. I sent her home. She come back with two of her brothers. I wouldn't let them in. I wouldn't even let the customers in because I already knew what the scenery was going to be like. Came back with two of her brothers, and they cussing at me on the outside while I'm inside. I'm just looking like,
You should have let them in and locked the doors.
No.
It's crazy, man. Until we educate our own people,
Right.
then we're going to continue to be talking the same talk we're talking now.
Yeah, you're right.
Somebody got to help, and we got to help ourselves,
But also, I don't mean to cut y'all there. Also, I'm gonna tell you this: where it come from is that they took home ec out of high school, where they taught you how to dress up for a job,
Yep.
how to go to a job. Once they did that, that's what happened.
Yep.
All right, my man.
Y'all
Thank
guys
you.
have a good day, man.
You too. Thank you so much. We got another caller.
All
Let's
right.
go to the phone lines and see who's inside that they don't want to talk about it no more.
I actually hit the wrong button.
Oh, you
Call back.
yeah, go ahead and call back. He accidentally hit the wrong button.
Yeah, my fingers was fat.
We're gonna go ahead and take a break right now. We got to pay some bills, and when we come back, we'll continue to talk about it. I'm gonna look up what the status of the food desert situation is, and I almost want to use the word epidemic is beginning to look like here in the city of Milwaukee. We'll be right back, and we'll talk about it right here on 860 WNOV and 106.5 FM. All right, welcome back to Let's Talk About It. We're going to go right back to the phone lines and see who's out there. Who's this? And let's talk about it.
Good morning. This is Tyrone. I want to talk about this in a 3-tier approach. First
Okay.
off, all human beings have failures, and this whole thing of customer service is everywhere. Rural, cities, it's no particular group, but of course you're going to go with the group you see the most or you're a part of the most. That complaint can be legitimate, but just to say it's just us, no, it's everywhere, because the whole training of young people has changed in school. Like the man said, there's no driver's ed. There's no, all of these things they took away are reflected in what young people even know and who is going to instruct them in terms of their attitude. And then the second component is, what managers are they hiring? I agree with you. A good manager knows how to manage and knows how to make sure the people around him are doing what they're supposed to do to take care of those customers. And you know, a bad manager let everything go. Like you said, stocking the aisles, floors are not clean. People are literally just kind of taking care of the customers as they want to. No, you got to have, your managers have to be trained in a way in which they understand what it's like to lead, not follow, but to lead those workers and to hold them accountable as they hold themselves accountable. You know, because I've worked in corporate and government in that, and a bad manager can be in any kind of setting and can destroy a department or destroy something simply because they weren't trained properly, or their whole ego takes on a whole different persona when they have to manage people. And so those kind of things. And then I think there's a conspiracy, but people don't recognize that since this whole DEI thing started last year, there's been some surprising things. They're closing stores that in some cases were their highest grossing stores. And so you go like, well, why are you closed? Well, we've got a new corporate strategy. And so, and then it's reflected also in the amount of black people that are unemployed, whether it's in government act, where they just kind of started just letting people go. And that, as that news report told you about IT, said they're not hiring anymore as much. Most of the African Americans have been laid off, or they're not hiring because who they're afraid of, because they have a government that supports them. You can't just file EEOC anymore. Now you got to hope that the government will even back you. But that's changed. And so we have a different environment in which we are suffering because you no longer have support from the people who can support you. So we have to support ourselves. We have to be advocates for ourselves, and we got to hold people accountable. We have to find a way to boycott or to call out those folks who are not providing the kind of services we want. And then, of course, we got to go, you know, in MPS and other school districts and saying, if you're going to send people out here, even if they've graduated, with skills to go to work, you're going to have to give them more than just kind of, here's your diploma, go make it. So you need to give us some of those soft skill related kinds of training that can add value to their ability to find work and to contribute.
So question real quick before you leave. So with the whole thing of home ec in the school, because I remember taking home ec in school and learning how to, cook and all of that other stuff that they taught us in home ec. But do you think that MPS can come up with some type of budget to put this stuff back into school? Because they took home ec out, they took wood shop out, they took all of the stuff that was really preparing you for the future away from these kids. So in a way, you kind of really can't blame the kids, because the kids is like innocent sponges.
That's true. That's correct.
Right.
And it is MPS's problem. It came down to money. One, these were very well paid people, especially the people that taught in the trades and taught specific skills. They weren't in the same category as a regular teacher. And so that when they started cutting money, the first thing they cut were these kinds of programs, which they couldn't just hire a regular teacher. You had to hire somebody who had specific skills to be able to teach those schools. I remember in MPS when some of those started to disappear, they stayed at certain schools who were willing to find the money in their budget to be able to make sure those programs stayed in their building. Mm-hmm. But if you didn't have the money in your budget, they got cut.
Yeah.
And then you would just hire somebody who said, I can do that. And then you put them over those children, and sometimes it could be disastrous.
Yeah.
So I agree. Yes, you could advocate for it, but it really going to take the board of directors to create the initiatives to say we're going to do something either at the high school level or the middle school level to add value back into giving kids the soft skills necessary to be productive and successful in whatever kind of job they get. And then the fourth part is, what are the parents doing? Maybe your folks are not are the same as what you complain about.
Yeah.
Because if you can't teach your kids, if my kids would have known how to say thank you, how to say good morning, how to learn those little skills that make you be a decent human being. If you haven't learned that from your home, it's very difficult for somebody on the outside to teach you those things because you haven't learned the basics of living. And so it's kind of a four-pronged approach, but it takes us all to change this. And I think it's possible, but it's over time.
So
listen, it will not happen. Just like what happened over the last decade, it's going to take another decade to put some of it back.
So real quick, before you leave, I just want to ask you this question. So if you have noticed, and I just want to ask you this, because I actually just got a text from somebody that's listening, and they asked the question, and this question is saying, why do all Chick-fil-A's have great customer service?
That's because they got good management.
Thank you.
I know a young lady who was there.
Thank you. I just wanted you to say.
They hold their people accountable.
I just
When you
wanted you
go
to
to
say.
that line, ain't nobody sitting around saying it. They wave you ahead. They writing it down. By the time you get to that window, they prepared you. McDonald's didn't adapt that. I think the closest one to that is Culver's.
Sonic.
They did adapt somebody.
Sonic
did.
Yeah, Sonic
just a few have adopted that, but most of them is you come to us.
I've never gotten bad service at Culver's.
At Culver's? No. I've never got bad service at Culver's. I've never got bad service at Chick-fil-A.
Now tell me something though. How do you go to a chicken joint and they ain't got chicken?
Well, that's a good question.
We're just like going to the get some biscuits. They ain't got no honey.
Oh, we know what you talking about, Jack. We know what you talking about.
Get off this phone, T.
We know what you talking about.
You was doing good, T.
He right about that though. You know what I'm saying? It's good management, man. If you got a strong management team that don't allow no sagging, you must wear a belt. If they go by the rules, your store run perfect.
But the thing is, you're hiring people that you can't manage because they don't know how to take accountability. They don't know how to deal with it. As
one who had to do, the pool is so small. It's small, a lot smaller than what it used to be. But it's hard to find good people that want to work, going to come to work, don't come with a bunch of baggage and, I can't come in today. I got to take my baby here. I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
I want to tell y'all a story because I'm not working at this nursing home on Mill Road, right? Mm-hmm. These ladies came in to fill out application. Jermaine, they had bonnets, furry house shoes.
Oh, not
I'm
the
serious.
Fur. Not the fur.
Yes, the furry house shoe, the bonnet. I mean, just like a couple of them look like they ain't washed their face.
Nah, check this out though.
So Superman. I was like, really?
Check this out, Superman. Just here recently, I went to a fast food establishment early in the morning to order the food before I came to work. And Doc, when I tell you, it was kids hanging out in the drive-thru, hanging out in the store, but they was running back and forth from the drive-thru to back in the store, like running back and playing. And I'm like, if this ain't no, I said the word, so I ain't gonna say it on there.
I know what you
but
saying.
I said, but this is some NIGG stuff.
Honey,
oh my God! What is these kids is? They playing in the drive-thru. You trying to order?
It's rough. It's rough, man. And I remember you told me about that. I made mention to that, and they told me, the person that I called said, yeah, they just waiting for their daddy to come pick them up. She didn't have nobody to get them to.
Doc, when I tell you, I'm trying to drive.
So some of that is you tolerate that.
You allow it.
Yeah.
So if you allow it, when one person, somebody else see that, they ain't tripping.
You can't tell me I can't bring mine. You didn't say nothing to so-and-so.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now you got a whole establishment full like a daycare, and you trying to get biscuits up out of there.
To kind of, what does it say? Chick-fil-A is also a Christian-oriented business.
Yeah.
That they are. They are.
But still, though, it still got to be ran with integrity.
It does. Biblical principle. Okay.
Sounds like integrity to me.
Yeah. I get it. I just wonder what we do to try to curtail this, man. I mean, I like chain stores. You tend to get a better experience.
Yeah.
You tend to get better pricing. When you get all of these independent store operators, man, they pricing all over the place. Markup margins are certainly at their own discretion, whereas with at least with your mega stores, they kind of have a margin line that they stay within, and that's how they control pricing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to take a break, y'all. We got to pay some bills, and when we come back, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. You're inside. Let's talk about it, and we will do just that when we come back. You're listening to 860 WNOV and 106.5 FM. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. Thank you for joining us today. I thank those of you that are joining online as well as traditional radio. See a lot of the comments. Clark, can you put the comments up on screen? Professionalism should be, that one right there. Professionalism should be the first choice of business outside of honesty, quality of product itself, all of that comes into play. That's from Zebra. Certainly appreciate the comments. Barbara Smith asked a question earlier. I meant to ask it. Maybe one of you guys may know, or one of the listeners. Will, that used to have the farmers market over on Silver Spring. Whatever came of that, what is he doing now?
Silver Spring. What is Silver Spring?
Just below 60th, but above 51st. It was a farmers market. We would go there get fresh greens. Will.
Right between, yeah, right
Silver
between,
Spring.
Yeah.
you know where House
Where the
Corned
police
Beef
station.
at?
Oh,
No, you're too far up if
yeah.
you're at the police
Oh, it's like
station.
the
You got-
police station on
Where the House
60.
Corned Beef
That's
at?
like 68th,
Okay, so
68,
coming
69.
back, 64th
Where the House
is
Corned Beef
intersection.
at?
It's
Right
below
there.
60th Street. So going past
So
the
House of Corned
McDonald's,
Beef.
It's open. It's a little bit,
but a little
block up.
further up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about a block up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. What
Yeah. So
happened.
yeah, that was a great resource right in the community. Folks would go there and get their fresh greens. My mother would go there every Sunday morning. She I gotta run down Mr. Wills and get my greens. She don't sound like that either.
Where you get that voice from?
I don't know why. I don't know why I did it like
Where you
that.
get that voice from?
Deborah Jenkins Simmons is watching. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Certainly a wealth of knowledge right there. She has been around in this community and done so much. So we appreciate her. But yeah, I think it's worthy of reaching out to your older persons. I again, if I don't live in the neighborhood, it's hard for me to be the voice of that neighborhood. But certainly, if you live over there now, we got to figure out what's going to happen with that dormant property that's just going to sit there.
I mean, that's
No
just like that
beauty supplies,
Walmart property that's been sitting there for years now. It's
You
been
know,
empty.
but that's a owned by a property group or something like that. But I mean, I don't know who owns that building over there. I know because that's not the original building all these opened up in over there. They
Yeah,
were
They actually built that building. didn't
yeah,
they?
because they were a little further
was on
down or something
51st,
like that.
though. They was on 51st.
That's right. They were on Hampton.
Yep,
Hampton.
51st and Hampton. Yep.
Yep, exactly.
They
Exactly.
built that location.
Yeah. Right across the street from what is it? Jack's? Is it Jack's?
Yeah, where they built the McDonald's, the McDonald's.
Sure did.
Oh yeah, that was that
That's-
same
that's
piece of
where- that's
property.
where that-
You're right. So I mean, so hopefully something goes in there. I don't know what, but something that will be beneficial to the community and not another beauty supply. I mean, we look at the Walgreens on Hopkins and Hampton, and it was a Walgreens there, and it is now a beauty supply.
That's because if you try to go in there and steal from those people, man, they hitting you with brooms. They hitting you with you ain't getting away with that hair. They gonna beat you with the end of the broom. Bring back. Bring back.
Bring back. Bring back.
Bring back.
You know, stealing here.
Bring back.
Wait, that was the wrong accent. That was the
I
wrong
feel
one.
sorry for your mother. Like, what? Minister Society?
Yeah, that was that.
It was Minister Society.
Yeah, I feel sorry for your mother.
Feel sorry for your
That
mother.
right there get you one.
What you say about my mama?
Yeah,
No,
that'll
but
get
you
you
know
one
what?
right there.
Just change subject because I know we about to get off the air. Clark and Debo, I got a question for you guys.
Oh no. Oh no.
You know that when I'm at home by myself, you know, me, myself, and I, we have conversations. Now, I be outnumbered by myself and I, but I tend to win every now and again.
Wow.
So I asked the question to myself and I. Let me ask you guys: if piano have keys, is it possible that they can open doors? That's just what I be wondering sometimes. Yeah, somebody asked.
You want to answer that?
Somebody answer that question. I just didn't know.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah. I tend to be lost at home.
We know.
Not just at home. You lost putting there anywhere you go.
I'll start to agree with Michelle. You need a
But no,
partner.
no. As we wrap up again, you know, I know
Starting to agree with myself.
You need a partner.
Miss Pratt, Alderwoman Pratt, I believe, handles the area over where in fact, I did see her on the news. That's right. I did see her on the news. They were talking to her about it. So she's certainly aware of it, but I think you have to let her know what kinds of things that you would like to see go in there, and certainly not another beauty supply, or maybe you want a beauty supply. I don't know, but just get involved. Make sure that your older person know you and you know them. Okay. And then, I guess with that being said, man, it's time for to get out of here. We'll say, bottom line, a standard has to be set. If employees do not meet expectations, let them go. The business is a reflection of management.
Yeah.
bringing in management.
No, totally agree.
If your staff is out, you must fill in,
Yeah.
settling for under minimal spills over the cons.
Yep.
Barbara, I got it. Long way of putting it, but the long and the short is get the right people in there.
That's right.
All right. Listen, it's been fun. That's Jermaine over there. What they call you, man?
Asparagus.
Streetcar, ride off.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Right on.
What's your name again, man?
Clark Kent,
Who you with?
you fool.
All right, man. I'm Debo. We out. Let's talk about it. We'll see you tomorrow.